Today we'll meet the new Waupaca Senior Center coordinator. We'll learn more about heroin use in our community, get details about the Volunteer Ombudsman program, learn more about Foundations for Living, and meet our Pet of the Month. I'm Joni Kern, and this is What's Happening Waupaca. We are with Sara Reybrock, who is the new director at the Waupaca Senior Center. Welcome to the show, Sara.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You bet. We're going to have a good conversation because I know Terry and I have worked with her at the Senior Center, and of course she's been on the show a lot. So it's nice actually to meet you and to be able to welcome you to the area.
Oh, thank you very much. I know I have huge shoes to fill. Terry was great.
Terry was great. She was very dedicated, but I'll tell you a secret. I heard that you are doing a great job so far.
Well, thank you very much.
Just saying.
Just go with it, huh?
Take it and run. So where do you come from? Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Originally, I'm from Little Chute, and my husband and I have a family of 3 children, 2 boys and a girl, 13, 12, and 9.
Oh, handful.
Yeah, no, they're very good kids. And about 7 years ago, we moved to the Fremont area. My husband was traveling back and forth from Darboy to Waupaca. He worked at the Riverside Hospital. So we decided we needed to get closer. So we came closer to Fremont, and we've been here ever since.
So you heard about this, and so have you done this kind of work before, or is this something totally new for you?
I've been in the healthcare industry for about 20 years, mostly as activity director and volunteer coordinators, working in nursing homes or adult day services. So when I saw this opportunity, it was really exciting to me and gave it a shot.
And yeah, really something that you're accustomed to doing. So you've been with the Senior Center about 3 weeks now.
About 3 weeks.
So you're just getting your feet wet.
I am.
So how do you enjoy it?
I love it. Everybody's been so great and so nice, really welcoming, and I can't believe in my first week we had a rummage sale, and there were just tons of people pitching in and helping and volunteering, and they put in many, many hours, so I really appreciate all the folks that I've met there.
They knew how to make you just dive right into
Yeah,
that
they
job,
sure did.
didn't they? But the folks at the Senior Center are really wonderful to work with and to get to know. So welcome to working in Waupaca and at the Senior Center, and we will see you many more times on the show. Now, isn't that good news?
Thank you very much.
You can look forward to being on here again and again.
I can't wait.
Thank you, Sara.
Thank you.
Next, we are going to be talking to Detective Sergeant Brian Hoelzel from the Waupaca PD about heroin use.
The Revival in downtown Waupaca prides themselves in providing above and beyond customer service. From small to tall, women of any age can consider the Revival your professional personal stylist, helping you find the right outfit for any occasion, weddings, senior pictures, or even a special night out. The Revival also specializes in home decor with a large selection and variety of items to choose from, including art from local Waupaca artists. The Revival, 111 West Fulton Street across from Farmer State Bank, downtown Waupaca. For more information, call 715-281-5100 or find them on Facebook. The Revival, home, art, and fashion.
We are talking with Detective Sergeant Brian Hoelzel from the Waupaca Police Department. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's good to see you again. We're going to talk today about something that scares me to death, and that is heroin use. From what I have heard and seen, heroin use is just growing like gangbusters in Waupaca, and this is fairly new, isn't it?
Yeah, over the last few years we have seen Waupaca area, just not Waupaca, but I think the state of Wisconsin and the entire country, where heroin has really become a drug that has become abused, and we're seeing the effects of it right now.
I mean, heroin was big decades ago. And one of the things that I've noticed is that drugs go in streaks or whatever. I mean, when I was a teenager, about the worst we got was pot and speed. I mean, that's kind of where I was in the late 70s and early 80s. But today, and you were telling me just a few minutes ago, how heroin really got its start around here.
Yeah, and I think just for the whole country, but heroin, I guess it started after the people would go to the doctor's office, whether it was a sports injury or they had back pain and they started using prescription drugs, or there were people that used prescription drugs, they started abusing those and they ended up getting addicted to it. It was like the hydrocodone or the Oxycontin.
Which are opiates, you were saying, right?
Correct. Those are opiates, and that's what heroin is also an opiate. But in Wisconsin back in 2013, Wisconsin started a prescription drug monitoring program. And what that involved is there was people, not just from our community, but from different communities all over, that may go down to Appleton and say they're having back pain or whatever it may be, and they would get a prescription for Vicodin or Oxycontin, whatever it was. Well, then we'd say that we call that as doctor shopping. Then they would go down to Milwaukee and do the same thing, and they would go over maybe to La Crosse or wherever it may be, and they were getting those prescriptions. And they were using those prescriptions to get high, and they were also using them to sell.
And now you can't do that anymore.
No, with the new program, they actually have a system where your name goes in there, and they will see if you were at a doctor and if there's any medication that was prescribed to you.
Because I know even for me to buy NyQuil from the pharmacist, I mean, my name and how much I bought actually goes into a database, and I am only allowed to buy just so much of it.
Right.
Which blows my mind, but it's the same kind of program.
Correct.
Which is put into place to take care of us. But if I'm addicted to opiates, I'm going to get it somewhere. So heroin is where I get it.
Correct.
Right?
Yes, it's a cheaper alternative for them right now than to buy the prescription drugs.
Okay. Okay. So tell me about the use of it. I mean, you threw out a statistic to me before we got started when we were chatting just a little bit about with 600 cases.
Yeah, I think there was, and if I looked at the statistics correctly, I think it was 2012, there was 600 and some odd cases that was tested at the state crime lab for heroin, and I believe in 2013 that rised, it was over 1,000. I think it was like 1,065.
So it's almost double.
Right, and that was back then, and I'm assuming those rates have really gone up, but those statistics I couldn't find.
That just scares me. I think of heroin as being big city, New York, Minneapolis, where I lived for a while, Chicago, you know, places like that. To hear about the heroin use and the heroin problem in a small community like Waupaca, I mean, I think that hits us harder than it would if we were living in a large city.
Right, I mean, anytime you find those drugs that are in your community that you live in, like you said, you think it's the big city stuff, and now it's in all the communities, all the small towns around, and it's scary because not only are people are dying from it, we're having overdoses, and it's scary.
Yeah, it is. It is. I mean, it really is. To think about our kids and our family members using something as dangerous as heroin is, I mean, it should be scaring all of us. So now, Waupaca has had a rash of drug busts. I mean, it seems like we're reading about one every couple of weeks. Is that heroin-based?
Most of those arrests are heroin-based. Because there was a problem, the sheriff's department ended up getting 2 drug officers to help combat the problem in Waupaca County. And our department, just like any other departments, Waupaca, New London, Clintonville, Iola, we're able to work with their drug officers. That's all they can focus in on. It's all they're focusing on is drug investigations.
Well, that's good. I mean, that's good to have somebody. So very quickly, if I have somebody in my family that I am suspecting, what am I looking for specifically from their behavior?
Well, I think you're looking for any odd behavior that they're having. Maybe they're not showing any interest in the family. They're not showing up for work. Maybe you notice some needle marks that they may have. You may find small pieces of, a lot of times it'll get packaged in tin foil, very small pieces of tin foil that are maybe the size of your thumbnail. Those are things that you need to look for.
Thank you, Detective. Really appreciate talking to you about this. Keep an eye out, because this is something we don't want our kids involved with, or grandkids, or family members at all. So thanks for being here. We'll probably see you again.
All right.
Sound
Thank
good?
you. Sounds great.
All right. Next we have Suzanne Ankenbrandt, our volunteer ombudsman program.
Like the City of Waupaca on Facebook. This is a great way to keep in touch with the City of Waupaca and communicate back to us. The City of Waupaca Facebook page keeps you informed about city services, upcoming events, alerts, helpful reminders, and even some nice pictures from around the city. Go ahead and like the City of Waupaca on Facebook. Find us at facebook.com/City of Waupaca. If you'd like to be a guest on What's Happening Waupaca, contact Josh at 715-258-4405 or email jwerner@cityofwaupaca.org. Full details at wintvwaupaca.com.
We are talking to Suzanne Ankenbrandt. Good to have you here.
Thank you.
We're going to be talking about the volunteer ombudsman program.
Right.
Advocate, you told me. A much easier word to say.
It is.
So tell me what a volunteer ombudsman does.
Okay, we're part of the state of Wisconsin ombudsman program. We act as eyes and ears for our professional ombudsman. We're part of the state agency that deals with people 60 years of age and older, acting as advocates. Our volunteers are assigned one facility, one nursing home, and make weekly visits to see how things are going for people. A lot of folks don't have family members in the area, and this gives them an extra reassurance that somebody's there looking out for them.
Now, you were on this show last winter or something like that, and
About a year ago.
we were talking about that. So let's create a scenario. Let's say I have an aunt who is in a nursing home, but I live 3 hours away. So trying to get up here to take care of her is, I mean, it's just impossible. But something happens with the nursing home, and I don't think she's being taken care of, or I think there's a problem. What are you going to do? I mean, is that what you do, is you work then on mine and my aunt's behalf?
Right, on your aunt's behalf. We don't represent the families. That's really important to remember, that it's for the resident. And we have an 800 number. We have our professional ombudsman, and we have an 800 number, 1-800-815-0015, that anybody that's concerned about a family or friends that are in a nursing home, they can call that number and we can see what we can do. And it may be in an area where we don't have volunteers, but our professional ombudsman would go about checking to see what's going on and listen to the concern.
And that's a fabulous idea, not only to know that the families have the ability to be able to place a call where someone's going to go check up on a patient, but also to know that there are ombudsmen in areas that are just kind of going around, and volunteers that are going around to make sure things are run smoothly.
Right, and that's the beauty of our volunteer program. They make weekly visits, and that way things that might be a small concern, hopefully we can help nip that in the bud, which the nursing homes appreciate, because they don't want things to, grow. And that way they can have an opportunity to get it fixed and then life is much better for the resident.
Well, not only that, but nursing homes don't want big problems.
No.
But you have to understand that most of them are short-staffed. So it's hard to get the entire job done and still be able to pay attention to the very small details.
Exactly. And sometimes residents are afraid to speak up, or they're of the generation that don't want to complain.
Sure.
And it may not even be a complaint so much as just a request, something simple. For example, I was thinking about, in this area in Wisconsin, potato pancakes. They are good, but they don't always make them. And it may be something that they really have a hankering for, a potato pancake, and they can make that request, and we can help make that for them so that, periodically they might get a special treat.
So it isn't just about stuff that's wrong.
Exactly.
It's about making their stay as much like home as possible.
That you hit it right on the head.
Okay.
Because this is their home now.
Sure. So how do I become a volunteer?
You call our 800 number, or go to our website. You go to the Board on Aging and Long-Term Care, and that's state of Wisconsin. And you can, people can put their interest in there, or call the 800 number and give us a call and just say that you're interested. And from there, I give you a call and we'll get you an application packet and see where we go from there.
Well, and it's easy. I flipped open this brochure, and they're only talking about 2 to 3 hours per week.
Correct.
So this isn't a part-time job of 20 hours a week. It's a
No.
couple of hours that you put into just visiting, and you get to know some terrific people.
You get to know
too, I'll
some
bet.
wonderful people. And the other thing, we talk about 2 to 3 hours, it's on your time. Anytime between 8 and 8, Monday through Sunday. So, if you plan to go on Wednesday and something came up, well, you can go later on in the week.
Cool.
So it's very,
good.
very flexible.
Good.
We provide the training, I provide the supervision. We all work together as a team
Good.
to make the life of the nursing home resident as best as we can.
Great. So find 2 or 3 hours a week. Be an advocate for the nursing home. Help treat people to potato pancakes. Thank you, Suzanne,
Thank you, Joni,
for being
and
here today.
Really good to see you again.
You bet.
Thanks again.
Good to see you.
You bet.
Next, we have Robin Madson from Foundations for Living.
The Waupaca Senior Center offers a variety of activities and classes to help keep area seniors active and healthy. Whether it's getting your body moving with the Zumba Gold, relaxing your mind with Tai Chi, or keeping your body strong with arthritis exercises, the Waupaca Senior Center and its friendly staff has something for everyone. So come on down, the Waupaca Senior Center, located at 407 School Street, or call 258-4437.
We are talking with Robin Madson, who we've seen you the last couple of months. It's always interesting to have you on the show and talk to you about the things that you're doing in this community. So I thank you for taking time out of your schedule to join us, Robin.
Thanks for having me, Joni.
We're going to talk a little bit about Foundations for Living. Last month we talked about fundraising and about the warming shelter. So let's start with fundraising. How is that going?
Well, our first phase has been completed. We had a goal of $15,000 that would be matched with $15,000, and we have reached
Right.
that. So we are at $32,000. So now our next step is to negotiate the price with the building that we're in and see where we're going to go from that and put a number for our next phase.
Terrific.
Yeah, it's
That
exciting.
is good news.
It is
Absolutely exciting. Congratulations.
Thank you.
We also have the warming shelter opening very soon, and cold weather is right around the corner. So I just want to touch base again on what the warming shelter is for, as far as who it's going to protect this winter.
Well, it's an overnight center, so it'll be for men and women only over 18 who don't have a place to sleep, who have no place to go. We can have up to 12 people in that center, and it will be staffed by 3 volunteers. A hospitality host that will stay from 8:30 to 10:30, and then 2 overnight hosts that will stay all night long.
Great. So there is somewhere that they can go. You are right on Churchill.
Yep.
In Waupaca, just off of Highway 10. So it's pretty easy to find. So let's keep it in mind. You guys have a little store there that raises money.
Yep.
So we can go shopping there, but we can also do donations. We can drop stuff off there as well. So you want to keep that in mind because that all helps the cause. So let's talk about, now I got people in the mood to bring in some clothes for you to sell in your little store. And I know I have a bunch of blankets that are going to come in for your warming shelter. So let's talk about what Foundations for Living does. I mean, we had Detective Hoelzel on here talking about heroin use. And I don't care how you slice it, heroin is nasty.
It is.
So, in fact, you were saying right after we had talked to him, you were saying that heroin can actually stay in the fat cells of your body for 25 years?
For many years. I'm not sure if it is exactly 25 years, but I know for many years it is.
That's just horrific.
Yeah. It's hard. It's hard to overcome that.
It's hard to overcome any kind of an addiction.
Any kind of an
addiction. But that
addiction.
kind of a physical addiction makes it that much worse.
It is.
So what does Foundations for Living, let's say that I am just getting out of jail. And I ended up getting caught for burglary because I was trying to, and this is not all that rare, I was trying to steal money to pay for my heroin habit, which actually is not all that uncommon. So I just got out of jail. What do you do for me? How do you help me back on my feet?
Well, the first thing is that you would go through your probation officer because you will have one. But what we can do, first of all, we'll get you or we'll make sure that you get into a treatment center or some kind of a treatment program, either through Appleton or there's different treatment options for people. But if there's no place to go, what happens often is people who come out of prison or jail with the addictions go right back into the same situation, and it's so much harder to overcome and recover from that.
And a lot of them don't have families that are willing to help them anymore because there's been way too much hurt.
Yep, and there's a lot of bridges that have been broken. So what we do is we give them a safe place, safe, structured place where they can recover. They have to be motivated. They have to really want to do it because, I can't do it. I can't make anybody well. I can't help them to be successful, but
well, I've heard you
they have to do
say
it.
We give people a hand up, not a hand out.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to eat forever if I give you a fish.
Right.
I mean, it's the old biblical passage.
Yep.
But if I teach you how to fish, you're good to go. And it isn't any different for people either. So, Robin, it was good to see you as always. I'm sure we'll see you back again.
Yep, I'm sure you will. Thanks for having me.
You bet. Next, we're going to be talking to Monica Gardner and meeting a pet.
The Waupaca Recreation Center, featuring programming for all ages. Home of the Waupaca Senior Center and youth programming Friday and Saturday nights, featuring 2 full gyms and space for various sports and activities. Visit the Dance Exercise Studio for a variety of classes. The Rec Center is a safe place to hang out. Also featuring a computer lab and classes, and a meeting room and other facilities available for rent. The Rec Center features different programming and meetings, and is the home of the Parks and Recreation Office. The Waupaca Recreation Center, a great place for all ages and activities. 407 School Street, downtown Waupaca.
We decided to come to the Humane Society today. Hi, Monica.
Good morning.
We have a couple of puppies here. I got roped into holding a puppy like that was very tough. What kind of puppies are these? Do you know?
These are healer mix puppies. I was just looking to see if I could get what their names were. This one is Humphrey, and that one is Houdini.
Oh, so we have a magical one here.
They
are absolutely adorable. How old are they?
Probably right about 8 weeks.
So they're going to be ready to adopt out here pretty quick.
We'll be getting them spayed and neutered very shortly. By the time this airs, they should be ready to go.
Boy, are they calm. I saw them playing because they got a brother or sister in there, and saw them playing. They were having all kinds of fun.
Yep, we have one more little boy in this litter, and then they'll all be fixed in a couple days, like I said, and ready to go.
They are absolutely adorable. Thank you as always, Monica.
Thank you.